All right, you fucking YouTube nerds. Today we're in the studio, first time recording here in the studio. I've got a Blackstar ID Series 100 TVP. This is the original TVP that Blackstar came out with. It's one of the best modeling amps. I've done a demo of the Blackstar Silver line. Although that sounded great, it always had a lot more compression than the original series. With this series, you get a little more of an open tone, just an overall better feeling when you're playing, no matter what guitar you're playing through, to a point. For you guys that have the $99, Jackson Mini Specials, you're probably not going to get the same sound you're looking for, but even any mid-model guitar is going to sound fantastic through something like this. I don't need to go through all the options. I've already done the demo of the Blackstar ID260 series, which has the exact same voicings and options as this. The only big difference here is we're looking at the head version, and it's 100 watts, and I'm running it through the 4-ohm setting on my H&K cab, loaded with greenbacks. You guys already know I'm a huge fan of greenback speakers, whether I'm using an EVH amp, the Joyo amp, Blackstar amp, you name it. Love greenbacks. So, without going through too many of the options, I'm going to go through just the standard voicings without adjusting anything. I've got the TVP setting on because it always sounds good with the TVP setting on. I don't know why you'd want to turn it off. So let's start with Clean Warm and Schecter Damien Platinum FR with the shitty Floyd Rose Special Bridge. Everyone hates those. And guys, I'm plugged in straight from the guitar into the amp head, and I do have the ID foot switch here. This is a great option for rehearsals, practice. One of the key complaints with the ID series foot switch is that there is a little bit of a delay between switching in between channels overall. So it's one of the reasons why I never really recommend something like this for a live setting, unless you're using it as a backup only. Just because of that delay, it makes it very difficult to use live. But aside from that, it's a great option. All right, so that was a bridge pickup. Let's do the both bridge and neck. So a little more mid, a little more bass, a little more low, mid, heavy. That was Clean Warm. Let's go to Clean Bright. So just like the name suggests, Clean Bright is a little brighter than Clean Warm. Let's go to Crunch. Right now for channels, let's see, I've got the gain at about halfway, so we're going to leave it at halfway all through the spectrum. Crunch. Super Crunch. All right, now we're getting to the higher gain, OD1. All right, OD2. OD2. I said OD2. God damn it. Yeah, and that's exactly what I mean about the software. That's one of the reasons why they came out with the Silverline, is that the processor is a little more stable. So once in a great while, these older original first gen TVP series, they have a tendency to be kind of glitchy, and sometimes your channel will change on you, whether you want it to or not. It's rare, but it does happen. If it wasn't for the Silverline's overall compressed sound, I would say that would be one of the best amps you can get. And it still is if you're only playing metal or hard rock. But once you start getting to the lower gain settings, it doesn't sound as good as this. So something to keep in mind. You know, if you're looking for something for rehearsal, for practice, on the used market, this is still a great option. Silverline, still a great option if you can find it under $400, which is definitely a possibility. Reverb.com has them. I picked this up for $300. And it's served me well so far, with the exception of a minor glitch here and there. So we got OD2. Lots of gain that you can choose from. I think even right now, I only have gain halfway up. So let's crank it just for the hell of it. So for anyone that asks if it's loud enough, yes, it's loud enough. Easily keep up with a full band with a hard-hitting drummer. So that was one of the biggest gripes that I've always had with the ID series, with the ID260, is that even though it's 60 watts, two 12-inch speakers, and it has the TVP, it's still not quite there. So with the head version connected to a 412 cab, you're going to get volume, you're going to get punch, you're going to get bass, you're going to get smooth highs and punchy mids that are going to just rip through. Now, if I'm going through, let's say, even some of the effects, for example, in this case, we'll do some reverb and delay. specs are the exact same as the ID Series 260, and with the option to add both reverb, delay, and modulation effects and route it through the foot switch. It's kind of a no-brainer, especially when you consider price points for something used as opposed to the new Boss Katanas or anything made by Line 6. I think overall Blackstar is going to be the best value, especially this one as for used, if you're only using it for, like I said before, rehearsal, recording, and just overall practice. It's a great option, it's cheap, it's not going to break the bank, and you're still going to have plenty of headroom and plenty of volume to keep up with the entire band setting. All right. In retrospect, I still will list all the options that we have for controls and knobs. Voicing, we already went through, gain, channel volume, bass, middle, treble, and of course the ISF, which is infamous among all Blackstar amps, going from anywhere between a United States tone all the way to UK tone. All right. TVP setting, you got the options for emulation of EL84s, 6V6, EL34s, KT66, 6L6s, and KT88s. If you guys have seen the videos that I've done on the other Blackstar amps, you know that I'm a huge fan of the 6L6 emulation overall because it's punchy, it's bassy, but still controlled. Next, of course, your effects. You've got 4 different reverbs, 4 different delay types, which include spring reverb, echo, tape, analog. And then you've got modulation, which is chorus, phaser, tremolo, and one that I'm missing. We got the level of each volume, so the actual volume control for the effect itself, resonance, presence, and volume. Resonance and presence are very difficult to find on a modeling amp in general, including solid state amps. So having this here right on the front panel is a huge, huge relief. All right, so again, Blackstar ID Series 100 TVP. Again, it's going to be the best bang for the buck for the used. Just keep in mind, don't use it for live shows because it's probably going to glitch out on you once or twice here and there. But for recording purposes, it's been fantastic. All right, you guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, and let me know what the next gear that I should be demoing is. All right.